Sorry, this video is just now about to be posted. I've been having problems with my laptop for some reason. Supposed to been post this video should have been posted early this morning, but I hope you guys get some understanding on it. It's just a few clips, and and I'm speaking behind those clips. Um, and I hope everybody join together for the cause and just leave all the beef and drama alone, and because this is a fight for all of us. So I'm gonna try to post this video, hope it go through. Sorry it's raggedy, but it's to get some information out there to you guys. Maybe one day I have all the glitz and glamour for you guys, but I'm getting ready to post it. It's supposed to been posted this morning, but hi everybody, I'm breaking out my laptop today, and I just want you guys to just follow me down the yellow big brick road of common sense here, and at the end, when I speak, you'll understand and you'll get what I'm saying to you guys, you ladies and gentlemen. um we're gonna continue. We're gonna be doing different. I'm gonna be showing you different clips, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna talk to you guys about it, right?
Studies at the University of Oklahoma.
What have been one of the wealthiest communities, most educated communities, most peaceful communities in the country was destroyed in less than 18 hours.
The hatred overflowed on May 31st, 1921, after a young black man named Dick Rowland entered the Drexel building in downtown Tulsa and stepped aboard an elevator being operated by a white woman named Sarah Page.
Dick Rowland walks into the elevator, Sarah Page is there, the elevator door closes, there's a scream, the door opens again, and she runs out.
Within hours, Rowland had been accused of assault, even rape. He's arrested and placed in the city's jail. Newspapers in town begin to run their version of the story.
Newspapers in Tulsa begin to report an assault and even a rape.
As the story spread through the white neighborhoods, so did the anger.
And there's talk of a lynching, that Dick Rowland's going to be taken from the jail and lynched that night.
A small group of armed African-American men go twice to speak with the sheriff, offering their support to help guard the city jail from the angry massing mob. The sheriff declines both times, but as the men are leaving the second time, a white person confronts the group
and tries to take away a gun from one of the men.
The African-American men stand their ground.
And a melee ensues. The gun is fired. A white person is shot. And from that point, as we would say, all hell breaks loose.
The African-American men retreat down the road to the Greenwood district.
And they are followed very closely by other white men.
Gunfire continues to be exchanged between the groups.
When daybreak came, there's an even larger group of whites that have sort of mobilized, and at daybreak they enter into the Greenwood district.
What was a neighborhood of intellect, family values, some of the most successful African Americans in the country, became a war zone.
Began to burn, loot, kill innocent people, bystanders.
African Americans caught in the violent racist attack were killed, their livelihoods wiped from the map.
Their community was destroyed, their homes were destroyed, their businesses were destroyed, their churches were destroyed, their schools were destroyed.
Since then, Tulsa has been left with a scar that is yet to heal, wounds that have caused distrust of city leaders and allowed for systemic racist policies to dictate the lives of African Americans in Tulsa.
A thriving, wealthy black community.
Black Wall Street was the most prosperous black-owned business district in 1921.
This was Black Wall Street. There were hundreds of black-owned businesses, everything from banks to pharmacies to the doctor's office. And black folks were making really good money. There were even 2 movie theaters, all black-owned and operated. Segregation was in full effect.
We heard that there was a gentleman who owned a plane. Is that true? Simon Berry was a pilot and owned his own plane.
Black folks are rich here, basically. They lived very good lives.
Many of them, yes. Yes, which caused some envy and anger among white people who commented, how dare those Negroes have a grand piano in their house and I don't have a piano in my house.
1921 rolls around. What happens?
Some type of confrontation between blacks and whites was inevitable because of the racial climate at that time, because of the presence of the Ku Klux Klan in almost every aspect of our society. But on this particular day, May 31st, 1921, a young black male named Dick Rowland, who worked as a shoe shine boy in downtown Tulsa, went into the Drexel building where he had been given permission to get water and use the restroom. There was a young white girl named Sarah Page who was an elevator operator. And Dick Rowland every day would go into the elevator with Sarah Page. On this particular day, after the elevator doors closed and Sarah Page and Dick Rowland were alone in the elevator, a few moments later there was a scream, the elevator doors opened, Dick Rowland ran and was later arrested, and Sarah Page initially claimed that she had been assaulted.
Brown says Page never pressed charges, but authorities did, and the damage was done. By the end of the day, the rumor mill said Page had been raped.
As word spread.
Okay, I want to pause that right quick. Now, if you pay attention to how it went, like this guy was going in and out using the restroom. So this particular day, he, asked for permission. Back then you gotta, ask the masters or the white people. And this is nothing about being prejudiced. I'm not prejudiced, but we have to know our history and know that it still exists, which I keep telling everyone. And I'll talk about that in a minute as well. But we have to know our history to know why things are going the way they're going. But, like I said, back then, they didn't have all the tools. They didn't have, back then. So they have tools. They have greater tools. And, just as slaves, the slaves, they were limited to things, limited to education. They want to keep them, illiterate. I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to push that. They want to keep, people of color illiterate because they notice how smart we was becoming, and so trying to keep us, not able to read or know things. That's what they tried to do, and that's still happening today. I'm gonna show you something in a minute, so I just want y'all to follow me down this yellow brick road of common sense. And if you notice, because it didn't make any sense, okay, the elevator, went in the elevator, you come back down. So this was something quick, like she's screaming or whatever, and it just happened in just like so fast. So then you have the newspaper put in rape. So that's where the media come in. They try to paint a picture of this person being a monster and a rapist, and he didn't rape. So how did he have time to rape her in that seconds? It wasn't hours, wasn't even minutes, seconds. So that was a setup. His clothes wasn't off, her clothes wasn't ripped off, but the envy of these Caucasians in Oklahoma, because they was hating on these group of people that had great education, had private planes, had their own hospitals, had their own doctors, their lawyers, and then when the military, they celebrated their military guys. When they came out the military from the war, they had money for them. They made sure that that they were okay, and they did that. And so this was just envy and hatred, and because the money wasn't coming to them, and it circled their town, their little town, their little Black Wall Street, before it came out to the whites, their money.
they was putting business money into their own businesses, you know. And this circle made a circle of over 500 times before it went out into another community. And so they felt like the need, we're gonna set them up and we're gonna do what we do.
Going to take matters into their own hands.
A large crowd of white residents gathered at the courthouse. They demanded Dick Rowland be lynched. How did the black community respond to that demand to lynch this young man?
They were willing to risk their lives. They knew that they would be risking their lives to help defend Dick Rowland. And thousands of whites gathered in front of the courthouse. A white man approached a black man with a gun. He said, "What are you going to do with that gun?" He said, "I'm going to use it if I have to."
The two men argued. There was a struggle over the gun. It fired. The white resident was shot. All hell broke loose.
Blacks retreated to the Greenwood district where they set up a barrier at the railroad tracks and were able for a short time to keep whites from invading their community. But because they were so outnumbered and outgunned, whites eventually broke through the railroad tracks and invaded what was home to Black Wall Street, the Greenwood district.
This was the result. 35 city blocks of the black neighborhood burned to the ground. Historical photos show black residents shot dead in the streets. The historical account is that at least 300 people were killed.
There were children that were here that had been armed by their parents.
It was more than 300. They stopped counting, and they don't. The murder of these people in Oklahoma was higher. They just don't want to say. They stopped counting. They actually buried people, dig the big hole and buried these people in the hole. I'm doing this here because I want y'all to understand, and you know, I'm gonna try to break it down so y'all can understand. And so they're very slick in how they do things. They're very slick on knowing the law. That's why it's important to try to know the law, know your rights and stuff like that. Because see what they did, they made this a riot. So these people couldn't collect money and rebuild their homes because these people was envy and so jealous of these people of color living better than them. And see, and this is where a lot of stuff you see now comes to play.
Riot was convenient for a city run by whites. There's no statute of limitations for murder, but there is for a riot. For the black victims, it was devastating.
That never received any type of justice for losing their loved ones, for losing their homes and the businesses that they worked so hard for, that they built from the ground up.
Every insurance claim from the Greenwood neighborhood was denied. The claims totaled about $2.7 million. Black Wall Street did recover, but never to its former glory. Do you think life is better for black folks in America now?
Yeah.
Between the 1870s and the beginning of World War I, black pioneers settled more than 100 all-black towns in the West, each with the goal of economic independence. Among the most well-known was a black district in Tulsa, Oklahoma, known by its residents as Greenwood.
If we were to go back in time to 1920 and walk up and down Greenwood Avenue, one thing that would probably strike us is the absolute variety of businesses. The numbers are astonishing. 30 restaurants, 45 groceries and meat markets. There were dry goods stores, milliners, photography studio, dental offices. Greenwood is no longer called Greenwood. It's now known as Black Wall Street.
This whole idea of self-containment really existed there. The dollar would stay in that community sometimes over 3-5 years before it ever went outside of the community.
In 1919, black soldiers returned from World War I with high expectations for racial progress at home. But in one city after another, white mobs erupted in violence, targeting black veterans, citizens, and businesses. Hundreds died.
See what I'm getting at? We can't be our own enemy when we already got them, okay? That's what I'm saying on that one. Okay. Another. We got Baton Rouge. I guess I bet a lot of people didn't notice they trying to segregate schools, the upper middle class suburbs of Louisiana. Okay, they want to break away in order it say, have more control over poorly performed schools. That's what they claiming, but no. Because if you look at it, and a lot of these schools are zoned in that's in like certain neighborhoods. Is just not their education system is very off track. But I'm gonna let y'all read it because this is what we need to do. We want people to tell us things, but sometimes it's good to be informed, but we also need to start focusing on getting information and being aware. So I'm gonna stroll down so y'all can read the thing. But this is in Baton Rouge. They trying to segregate the schools. I said segregate. I hope you can see it. I'm reading it with you. They're trying to create a whole city. See, they trying to create their own, and I done pulled that up. I hope I'm gonna pull it back down because I want you guys to read it. If not, this the title that I had at the top. You can go in and take the time to read it. See, this is it's split along the cultural and financial and racial lines. Once they segregate this school, that's what they call themselves trying to do. Get their kids. They want to keep their kids advanced and educated, and they don't want to put money into these little poor schools. Okay, our Louisiana school system is notoriously poor. They round in the 48th or 49th in state rankings. East Baton Rouge public schools are generally lower even within the state. So this in Louisiana. Oh, baby, honey, I'm telling you, when I said the dirty South, the dirty South. I want to show y'all that segregation. They trying to bring it back. We better open our eyes. That's why I'm just trying to make y'all aware of stuff. I'm just going to let y'all look at the title. I want y'all to go and read onto that. Reading is fundamental. Shit, I got to start back reading. I'm always on my phone. My phone do all the work for me, and I'm not letting my brain do it. And I'm like, that's a waste of education for me, because going to college and trying to get an education and then I'm not using my brain, I'm letting and that's where we mess up at as well. My dad stay on to me. Keep reading, read. You have to work them brains. We have to keep those brains, function and stuff. So let's put the right stuff in our brains and, start, peeping game on stuff. Because I peep game. I peep game on a lot of things, and we don't want to make this a racial thing, but I'm sorry, it is what it is. It's gonna always be that way. I keep telling you guys. Back in 2002, I was at a club, and you might well say it was segregated. They had hip hop on one side, they had country western stuff on the other side. I walked on the other side because I wanted to see how to do this line dance. At the time, I think it was like Achy Breaky Heart or something like that, whatever. But this skinhead, I was standing at the bar. He was pissed. What the fuck this nigga doing over here? Drunk man's tell no tell. He come over there like, I think you in the wrong spot. No, my money paid for me to get in here, and I can come to, either one. And so he went on to say, well, I'm not worried about it. He's like, he said, we niggers are dumb. And he said, we don't need the sheets anymore. Our organization pay to send our people to school. They're in the courthouse. They're white collar, they're blue collar, they're in the White House, the courthouse system, and all. You know, he said this. And he said, we ain't worried too much because you niggas making the job easy for us. He said this. That's why I keep telling y'all, I will never, that conversation will never leave my head ever again, because I see it. If you notice how an officer, and I think that, you know, right now, because they're happening back to back with the shootings of, you know, African Americans, they got to try to, you know, sprinkle it out a little bit. They have to sacrifice somebody to make it seem like they're for the good, you know. And I guarantee you, Amber Guyger, that organization, the Klan organization, is going to make sure that she is okay, along with all the other officers that's shooting to kill. This skinhead told me, we will be dinosaurs. The black men will be dinosaurs. Like, we need you. You need the blacks. We need the black women, because we need y'all to clean our houses and feed our kids and yada yada. I didn't bite the bait though, because see, I know what he was trying to do, and I know I was in Klan Nation. I know I was on the state line of Arkansas and Texas. Now that's Klan Nation to the fullest. In a minute, I'm going to make a phone call, because I want you guys to hear a woman talk about her little 5-year-old kindergartner was on probation. Y'all didn't know that, huh? They put in Hope, Arkansas, they put these kids on probation. They already in the system before they even know what the hell a probation, innocent and guilty shit is. Okay, so we gotta be more aware and knowing what we're doing. And that's, I'm coming to this, and I'm gonna keep coming at it. This fight is about all this that we doing for Robert. Because if you're not understanding, because I'm gonna keep on breaking this down. I don't care how long this video is. Shit, take a break, eat you some popcorn, go in there and cook, or whatever you guys do. Get back in bed and look at some more. But we got to be aware. We have to be informed. And we have to stop being ignorant. And like on that, where they was talking about the elevator incident, you see what they did. They planted a seed to mess up these people's lives, and we're gonna use the shoe shine boy to do it, to destroy what they have. So that's what it is now with Robert Kelly. He's the shoe shine boy. Okay, so y'all better wake y'all ass up and stop being ignorant.
I'm not the only one in court right now. Why is the cameras all on me? And in the report, and all these charges, I didn't do nothing. I'm charged with being in concert with some guys. Well, where they at? Why me? Because I'm Tupac. No, I'm not angry at them. I'm angry at the system. I don't want nobody else to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to go to jail for something I didn't do. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want to be the scapegoat. I want to be, only way I've been practicing my whole life to live my life is to be responsible for what I do. I don't know how to be responsible for what every black male did. I don't know. Yes, I am going to say that I'm a thug. That's because I came from the gutter, and I'm still here. I'm not saying I'm a thug because I want to rob you and rape people and things. I'm a businessman. I mean, you know I'm a businessman because you find me at my places of business. You don't find me up in you know what I'm saying? I don't understand this. I don't understand.
What do you think about the jury? You talking about the jury? You talking about the jury and the...
Excuse us moving around, but y'all, I'm just trying to do something fast and quick, honey.
But it is safe sex, because in the trial, in the transcripts, if y'all dig deep and be reporters, you'll find out I wore a condom. It was her who sodomized me. It wasn't me who went down to the dance club and ate her out. It was her at the dance club who had oral sex with me. She should be charged, not me. What kind? They're making like I'm some big gruesome animal, a sex animal, which is a...
Your charge involves a so-called gangbang.
No, it doesn't. That's not. But what, if you listen right in there, none of these charges of this gangbang, none of this gangbang stuff came out in the trial. She says people was rubbing her ass, grabbing her ass. Where are these people? Where are these people? Sex, before that. Come on, follow me. Follow me.
Let me ask you this about the guns. Tupac, are you sure? What about the guns? Getting in trouble?
No, it's not has nothing. It's not my liking for guns. What about the NRA? We all have a right to bear arms. I have that. I have that same right as you do. Just because I'm black doesn't mean I shouldn't have a gun. I have a law legally own guns. I legally own guns. Why would I come to New York and be unlawfully owning 2 guns? Who has 2 guns? Who carries 2 illegal guns? Why?
You were what about the jury?
Mind you, a week before I went.
Okay, and see, Tupac was one of them smart rap artists. Smart, educated, very educated, and they didn't like that. And see, once again, like I said, even with him, it was a higher up in his murder, okay? Higher up, okay? They hired somebody stupid and ignorant, but at the same time, you know what? And how ignorant we are, we want to have codes and shit. We want to have these snitch codes, and that's stupid. You know what? They applied that snitch code, like that skinhead that talked to me. He applied that because you know what? Let these niggas kill each other. That's what they saying. We don't have to work hard, and then let them use their little snitch code, and they won't tell on each other and keep that killer out. Let that killer stay on out so he can finish killing the rest of them because they killing each other like idiots. Our men are becoming extinct dinosaurs slowly but surely. And instead of we that's our black code, no snitching. Why don't we have some codes that's worth something? A code to make sure that these kids get a high school education and a code to try to send them to college. Let's come up with those kind of codes. Let's come up with codes to try to uplift each other. Just like Tyler Perry. That man came from the ground up and half of us hate that. And then a idiot female woman of color up under his damn fucking tweet talking about she don't support him because he degrade women. How he degrading you? It's all kinds of titles with us. He going by what he's seen in his family as, you know, with females. We got that ghetto fabulous woman of color. We got educated women of color. We have professional women of color. We have the hood rat. We have the classic. We have classy. You know, all of the above. So he came up. He's sowing a seed. You rather talk about him dressed as Madea instead of bringing out the good that this man have done for the community and people. How he sowed seeds into the right soil for it can harvest. How he helped people get education. How he helped people that lost their houses. All that good stuff. But we quick to help them put negative on us. That's why they look at us like we some animals. Because if you look at a lot of stuff, we post stuff that's negative about us. I look at Facebook. I don't even look at it no more. I post what I post about my family and good times we have or something inspirational or God is good. I don't go on there looking at nobody else's feed because all I see is people posting people fighting and stuff. Black people, black mamas telling their kids to beat somebody's ass. Women with their little kids don't even know how to use the bathroom on their own and wipe their own self, sitting up there leaning on the wall, dancing off a song with their hand on the back of their pamper. That's what I'm saying. And all this stuff I'm saying is going to get back to what I'm saying, and the reason why I'm going to continue to fight. I don't care if nobody rock with me. I don't care. I'm going to do my part. As long as I know I'm doing my part and what God put on my heart to do, I'm going to do it because I refuse. Because I have my sons and I have my fiance and I have my grandkids. And I know how it is to be railroad. I do. And I do. So y'all just continue to follow me on down this yellow brick road of common sense.
This is all I want to say. For all the people that doubt me, I had no record all my life. Okay? No record. No police record. Until I made a record. As my video was debuting on MTV, I was behind bars getting beat up by the police department. I got a $10 million lawsuit. They said they would settle with me and everything. You know what I'm saying? But nobody cared about that. That wasn't blew up all in the news. They didn't see me. They did not see me on TV with my eye busted, my head busted. There's pictures of those.
In Oakland,
Yes, in Oakland. You don't see them pictures. You see pictures of Tupac coming out of jail. in cuffs. You don't see pictures of the police standing over me beating my brains in. You don't see that. But I see that. That's what I see. You know what I'm saying? So it's all real. And I feel like just like a woman that's raped, any woman that's raped would never, ever allow herself to be raped again. Am I correct? Any woman that's violated would never allow herself to be violated again. Same thing.
You know there are going to be people who sit here and say, how can you say that when you're faced with that charge?
That's how I can say it. We got people in my own community that will get me. Why? Because I got it. Now this girl, who I can't say her name, but if I was to say her name, 1,000 all over the world would go, I put this on everything I love, on everything I love. When I was in Atlanta, I was pulled over at the gas station. Some dudes from New York pulled over next to me and told me the girl's name. They said, I know the girl that did it. They told me her name and where she's from, say she's scandalous. I can't go on TV talking about this girl, because that's what they want me to do. They want me to get on TV and talk about my black sister is a hoe, and she's a bitch, and she's a money grubber. I ain't fit to say that. I don't have to do that to show that I'm innocent. You know what I'm saying? I'm not guilty. People should look me in my eyes. They should look me in my eyes. And anybody that thinks I've committed that rape should go get Brenda's Got a Baby and keep your head up and listen to him thoroughly.
It was hard to imagine that you would do that.
It shouldn't be nothing for. It should not even be to me. I have no patience for anybody that doubts me. None at all. It's too hard out here. You know what I'm saying? If my people don't stand up for me, who is? I understand these white folks looking at me like that because they don't know me. They didn't hear keep your head up. That ain't no fluke. You know, keep your head up ain't no goddamn come up. I didn't do that for to be smiling in my face to say, oh, he's cool. I did that from my heart. So that if they do try to put a rape charge on me, my sisters could say he ain't about that. Now, if my sisters can't say that, you won't hear another keep your head up out my mouth. You understand me? Because it's a struggle on young black males today.
This guy is real. I love how he was well spoken, and he made sense of things, and he spoke the truth, had knowledge, and they didn't like that. And I'll let you hear something else he had to say.
Charged with shooting 2 off-duty police officers. There's a sexual assault charge against you, sir. Do you worry about the message this might send out to the people who buy your music?
No, my people that buy my music should understand that we have a wonderful judicial system in this country, and it works. And I have to go through the system just like everybody else. I've only been charged. I'm not going to be convicted of any crime, so I think my supporters and people to know.
So true. And a lot of y'all not understanding this is what they trying to do. I'm going to let Tupac tell you.
Hey, look here. Merry Christmas to everybody. Merry Christmas to the press. I appreciate the present you're giving me for giving me a fair trial and a fair shot at justice. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for just destroying everything I worked for the past 22 years. And a Happy New Year to you too. You did your job. I'm out of money. I'm out of all my resources. You made me look like the bad guy in my own community.
Can you move this down to your left, please?
Thank you very much.
Instead of making it a bad person.
I remember watching this interview, and I was like, I told my father, I'm like, you know what? Tupac got in the situation to get out of the situation he was in prison. His back was against the wall in prison. So he accepted the terms, he accepted the money to get out of prison. And when he made that album, and I was listening to the music, I said, if you can listen to his music, you know, he's trying to get out of the situation that he's in, and he's getting out of it. Slowly but surely, you can hear it in his music. And when I heard this interview, when I was watching, I'm like, yeah, you know, Tupac want to be Tupac. When he went into Death Row, it was an image that he had to have, because that's the image that they had in Death Row. And just listen to his music before he got into Death Row was totally different. And then you can hear and see his tone and his talk. And, you know, this brother is real. I mean, he was a real one. And I respect him to the fullest. And, you know, we're here for a season. I knew it. I said, I hope nothing happened to this young man, because I feel like Tupac is trying to get out of the death row. And you know, it is.
I know for a fact that had I had a father, had I had somebody, and I hate saying this because white people love hearing black people talk about this, but had I had a father, had I had some of these opportunities, I'd have been able to help my mother more. She wouldn't have went the road she went. I could have been a better son. You know what I'm saying? She wouldn't have went that road. It was the absence of my father. You know what I'm saying? I'm dealing with him being daddy not being there. My mother's dealing with him being my man not being there. You know, so many problems in our community that affect everything. So by me not having that, I ain't never want to hear nothing about no kind of relationships between a black man and a black woman. I knew they didn't work. Because as far as I knew, my daddy was the coolest dude out there. And my mama was a Panther. So if they didn't work, it don't work. That's how I felt. You know what I'm saying? And going out there, you know what I'm saying? It's like watching my mother just go through changes and everything. It's like my mother's my partner. She a soldier. You know, she a soldier like I'm a soldier. You know, and I watched the peep the game that she went through. If I would have went the same way my mother went, had not she did her route and showed me where it went wrong with her. My mother always told me, don't you ever just volunteer yourself to our people, because they'll use you. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? She also told me to follow my heart and for me to be the leader.
But it's interesting to see just the change in your face, your reaction, your thought process.
That's all I ever wanted to do. Ask my mama. I wanted to go to college. I went to school all the way and was ready to go to college. The only thing that stopped me was money. The time all the kids in my school was writing applications to go to college, I didn't have no lights and no electricity. And that ain't my mama's fault. You know what I'm saying? So when I think back to that, I'm not thugging for me. I'm thugging for my family. I pay all the bills. You know what I'm saying? I feed my whole family. Wrong or right, I do. And I can't stop. You know what I'm saying? And if thugging is going to make me $1 million, because it just got me platinum, then that's what I got to do constantly. And if it makes me feel, because right now, I feel satisfied. I don't feel like I've ever embarrassed myself or my people, you know, in nothing that I've done. And yet and all, I got the whole world fearing me. You know what I'm saying? At 23, weighing 160 pounds, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't even started. I haven't even wrote my plan out yet, and they scared. I got the vice president know who I am, the president, every cop in every city, you know what I'm saying? And I haven't even started working out a plan. We killing each other because we killing ourselves. We not, when another man, I know I've been in a position, it's out of our control. It's not like he wants to kill. He just doesn't want to die. You know what I'm saying? It's that situation when you got, we are living in a war zone. It's not as easy as these people are making us think, that they just got some criminal-ass black kids with guns. It's not like that. We live in hell. We live in the gutter. We got us stacked up 80 deep in one building. You know, by the time you get out your house, you strapped to protect yourself. Because you living in the same community that the police is carrying rifles and riot gear. They need them riot, excuse my language, I'm so sorry. The same reasons they need the riot hat, the riot jacket, the flak jacket, the double vest, the 9mm Glocks with extra bullets, the tear gas, the mace, all that. Who do you think the police is using that against? Dogs? So we fighting the same villains that they fight in the street. But instead of them seeing us fighting villains in the street, we all villains.
Is your generation the one that is picking up for where the Panthers left off, saying, all right, enough is enough? The generation before us forgot about the fight. We're picking it back up.
Not only forgot about the fight, forgot about us. Yes, and we're picking it back up. But at this level, all we're trying to do is unite. And right now, as a year, we got 1 million people that's listening. Now we can tell them something. Now we can try to get them that way, and we might lose some. We might gain some, but we would never even have that audience had we not said what was real. You know what I'm saying? And the main thing for us to remember is that the same crime element that white people are scared of, black people are scared of. The same crime element that white people fear, we fear. So we defend ourselves from the same crime element that they scared of. You know what I'm saying? While they waiting for legislation to pass and everything, we next door to the killer. We next door to him, you know, because we up in the projects where it's 80 in the building. All them killers that they letting out, they right there in that building. But it's better, just because we black, we get along with the killers or something? We get along with the rapists because we black and we from the same hood? What is that? We need protection too.
Finally, I want to ask you about something that someone else asked you in the interview, and I thought the answer was interesting because I think it speaks to you and your generation a lot. Someone said, where do you see Tupac 10 years from now? You said, hey, I just want to be alive. That's real for you.
That's so real. I I made a metamorphosis. I'm a new person today. Because I used to strongly and honestly, I feel like I could represent my generation so much because I honestly did not care whether I lived or died. But now, I cannot die with people thinking I'm a rapist or a criminal. I can't leave until it's straight. You know, I'm not suicidal. I can't go until y'all really know what time it is. And then after that, boom, it's all over. And we can see, you know, how this shit fall. But that's how it is. And the reason being is because if I can't live free, if I can't live with the same respect as the next man, I don't want to be here. Because God has cursed me to see what life should be like. If God wanted me to be this person and be happy here, he wouldn't let me feel so oppressed. He wouldn't let me feel so trampled on. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't let me think the things I think. So I feel like I'm doing God's work. You know what I'm saying? Just because I don't have nothing to pass around for people to put money in the bucket don't mean I ain't doing God's work. I feel like I'm doing God's work. You know what I'm saying? Because these ghetto kids ain't God's children. And I don't see no missionaries coming through there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing God's work. While Reverend Jackson do his up in the middle class and he go to the White House and have dinner and pray over the president, I'm up in the hood, you know what I'm saying, doing my work with my folks. And just because
I love this man.
I got to go there because I can't hang nowhere else.
Real. I mean, real. This dude is real, you guys. He is so real. You can't get no realer than Pop. I'm like I said, I'm in this fight, baby. I'm in this fight for the long haul. Sorry if nobody else want to, but I'm gonna be in this fight. I'm gonna ignore all the foolery. I can't put all that demonicness in my body if I want to fight for the cause. You guys, this man is real.
Industries across America. Bill Cosby is behind bars. Harvey Weinstein has been charged with rape, and several Hollywood executives and public figures have been fired.
Okay, somebody said, what's the difference in the 2008 trial and what's going on now? I'm gonna show you the difference. I'm gonna play it and I'm gonna pause it, and then I want y'all to help me notice the difference here. Okay, what you see? Okay, we're gonna pause it. Okay.
What built generals and what made countries and what I want to read what Clinton did. Because he does the same shit I do, but don't, you know, get in trouble. All his homeboys commit suicide. He get caught with his pants down in the bathroom, and this nigga is still the president. I got women on, you know, marching outside my shows. This nigga's the fucking president.
Did anybody know he had a secret hearing, and then the judge denied like the media to come in, like, you know, the press. They was trying to get in and the judge rejected them. Did y'all know that? I'm showing y'all this because I wanted somebody was like they brought up something, so I'm gonna let y'all know. Okay, somebody made a statement like he won his the trial in 2008. He'll be okay, and you know, and stuff like that. And this argument about attorneys and money and stuff like this. So I want to show y'all the difference. Okay, 2008, he was at home, so he can strategize with his attorneys like whenever. Okay, this is what's going on now. He's on lockdown. He's in jail. He don't have no control. Now that's what they trying to do. Keep him from having control of his destiny of fighting for his freedom. So, I mean, he's limited to what he can do. So he really don't have control. He doesn't have control at all. So for somebody to say, well, he'll be okay and stuff like that, and then talking about the money and how much his royalties are, in Greenberg. But at the end of the day, do you know how much it costs? And then he's a celebrity. So, and then he got other legal costs, and then he got responsibilities, other responsibilities as well. So, $1 million is not gonna work. He needs specialists. He needs people to come in and do analysis and stuff like that. So, it just make me think that this higher up is planting the bad seeds into the supporters to get them frustrated, get them off track and stuff like that. So I mean, what can he do in prison, in jail? What can he do in jail? It's not much you can do locked up. He's limited to visitors. How often can he see people? And Mr. Greenberg is working with Chicago. He's licensed for Chicago. And Anton is licensed for New York, and he's experienced with federal court. So that's two different attorneys that he's working with. So it's up to y'all. Like I said, use your common sense and start doing research and stuff. We always rely on what other people say. Look at a video. We don't go back. We don't do no follow up. We don't do no research. We don't do no reading. But we listen to other people. And then we'll go to somebody else. Well, this person said, is this true? But if you start researching, making your phone calls, if you're concerned about something, call the source. Robert didn't, and then for somebody to say Robert didn't say this and Robert didn't say that and Robert didn't ask for this and Robert didn't ask for that. So he barely can talk to anybody. So are they going to let him out so he can speak to the supporters? And once again, these attorneys can't promote the defense fund. And he specifically said he can't promote it, but he's just allowing the supporters to help out with his defense fund, because the more people on his team, the better. So y'all just letting the clock tick, and that's the difference. Somebody was like, "What? 2008, he'd go to court, go home with his suit and tie. He's in an orange suit now. You have no control in prison. Somebody controlling you." So I mean, it's common sense. All it's just take common sense, and it's like I keep saying, it's bigger than the girls. They got a bait, put it on their hook so they can catch those little fish in the pond to shut him down. And if in the beginning of the video, you can see all these people that got similar charges as Robert, and they resigned. They were fired, but no charges. So I keep telling y'all it's something bigger. And everybody's arguing and, and this and that. And that's just crazy when everybody just needs to work together for a greater cause. Because when they take him down, if they take him down, it's going to be a lot of the other men of color. So it's just time to just start just using common sense and stuff too, Because at the end of the day, he has no control in jail. What can he tell anyone? Then and everybody upset with the attorneys. Like I said, the attorneys are not gonna come out and tell y'all what they got going on and strategize. Why would they let the left hand know what the right hand doing? That's stupid. And how can supporters get up an attorney for this man? This man make the decisions. So I'm pretty sure when his attorney spoke with him, they told him about a defense fund. I'm pretty sure Greenberg talked to him about a defense fund. And he didn't say, go and tell him not to do it, because he need all the help he can get. Like Tupac said, that's what the media trying to do. That's what the legal system trying to do. They actually trying to break him, get all the funds, take every piece of change he got so he won't have anything for his defense. And so for you guys to sit here and you're looking at these boo-ha media press that's putting out all this stuff, They being paid to drop little crumbs for the little birdies. And y'all keep on believing stuff y'all see out there. Those little nonsense stuff like the prisoner is going to be working on his case and all this, and the prisoner talking to him. So from my understanding, this prisoner is somewhere in Texas. He's not even in there. Like, hell, how you going to help somebody that's in jail when your ass in jail? So how this jailer, this person in jail, this inmate is going to help Robert when his ass in trouble for something? So how he helping him? And then how somebody just gonna sit here and try to school somebody on what not to do? Y'all just use common sense. If y'all want to donate to the cause and help, y'all do that. Just use common sense. Hell, mail it to the man's office. And it's just common sense. Do y'all think this man gonna take money illegally and mess up his whole career? Y'all think that attorney just gonna take money and mess up his whole career when he's dealing with a celebrity and all eyes on him? That don't make any sense. All eyes on that man, this attorney, and everybody is yapping about money, and the main people that's doing it is not even trying to fight for the cause, not contributing to anything but a bunch of drama. And this is not about drama, because if he lose, we all lose. I'm fighting for my fiance. I'm fighting for my father. I'm fighting for my two sons and my grandkids. And like I said, it's kind of late now because I was having glitch with this computer, and I think it's because every time I try to push the Weinstein, it wouldn't show, but it went straight to the next video that was coming up, and I could find it some kind of something, you know. But at the end of the day, just use your common sense and your conscience, and what you want to do it. Don't let nobody discourage you on helping with the cause for the better and the greater. And that's the problem. We're too busy dealing with foolery, and it's not about that. So the difference between 2008 and 2019, the man is locked up. He has no control. He only can hear what his attorney say, and whoever's on the visitation list. And from what I'm hearing, he's not getting a lot of visits. So how can Robert come and tell us anything? It's just called common sense. God gave us to us. We need to use it. Y'all have a blessed day. And like I said, my videos is not, you ain't gonna see no diamonds and stuff falling all over the sky, and the 4th of July fireworks popping out of the phone. I'ma just give it to you and give you the real, and that's it. I'm not trying to be pretty about it. I'm just, as long as you get the message. And y'all have a blessed one. Enjoy your week. Stay prayed up and do the right thing and support the cause. You don't have to give money, but you can support it in all kinds of ways. You can donate. You know, it don't always have to be money. You know, black folks, we act a fool over $1. $1, $2, $3, $5. What? I see people lose money in a casino all the time. Don't have money left to feed their kids, but they can't give to the cause. So y'all just use your common sense, and when y'all see foolery, skip over. Hell, I done learned to start skipping over the foolery, baby, because I don't need that in my spirit.